All right, guys, we're back. We want to touch the Angie Stone briefly. Earlier this week, I guess it was last week, earlier this month, March 1st, while traveling from a performance in Birmingham and Mobile to Atlanta, the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van Angie was in overturned on Interstate 65 near Montgomery, Alabama. Shortly after, a Freightliner Cascadia truck struck the van, leading to the fatal outcome. She lost her life at the scene, obviously, and they say she was 63, born in 1961. I didn't even know she was 63.
Me
I
either.
didn't know she was that old. I still think that she died young, premature, you
Yes.
know, probably in a not a way that she didn't want to die, riding in a Sprinter van on the way to another concert, if I'm not mistaken. The van turned over and then was later struck by a freight liner. That just, for me, that just didn't sound right. But that's just for me. But what did you think about that when you heard the news?
I mean, it was definitely sad to hear because she's one of the people of true R&B,
Yeah,
neo soul, which is the music I love, neo soul and R&B. Great voice, gave us endless or
timeless,
timeless hits that I
timeless.
still listen to today. And so, yeah, it was definitely sad news to hear with her. I don't know if there's really conspiracy behind it, but I definitely think she was gone way too soon.
Now, it's sounding like the 8 other passengers sustained injuries and were taken to Baptist Medical Center South in Montgomery. So I don't know if she was. It sounded like she was the only one that died from this. You see what I'm saying? You see why I said it
Yes.
sounded a little weird for me?
Yeah.
The Sprinter van Mercedes Benz flipped over. Obviously, I'm thinking everybody was okay at that point. I don't know why they didn't exit the van as soon as possible. It just don't sound right to me. Or accidents do happen fast.
Yeah, I was gonna say it could have just happened, then it would probably turned into ongoing traffic or something was coming. And those trucks are kind of hard to stop.
Yeah. They do have extensive braking systems in the Freightliner trucks, but it just sounded a little suspect to me. Now, they say the 8 other passengers survived, and I'm guessing she was the only one that died. If anybody was an eyewitness seeing it, you know what I'm saying? Because we here in Decatur, and I'm sure there's some people in Alabama, I know Montgomery and I know Atlanta, watch this show and tune into the show. If any of you guys know anything about that or was an eyewitness, man, right, let us know. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Put me on game.
Well, it's saying, that from what I'm looking at, it was only like two other passengers in the van. As from what is, I mean, from what they're listing here, down reading, which was
Okay.
the driver, a Carter. He was 66, and then a Majors. I'm reading the last names. A Majors Junior, who was 44, and so they only list two other people in the car that I guess was injured, and she passed. So yeah, she's the only one that passed.
Yeah, she was the only one that passed. I mean, her illustrious career, is was stripped of her. At 63 years old. And she did give, like you said, she gave us hits. Wish I Didn't Miss You. No More Rain. Uh,
Black brother.
which one?
Who is it? Proud brother, black brother, something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Those are great songs. Notable collaborations, of course, D'Angelo. I think they got children together as well.
And they had some songs together, or
Uh,
wrote together. That's some nice hits.
she had songs with Alicia Keys, which was another notable collaboration, and Snoop Dogg. She had multiple Grammy nominations, and I'm thinking they're saying that she had 10 studio albums, which is crazy. You remember me and you done had discussions about R&B before, and we say, do they pay the R&B artists that are really, really good to not come out with albums? She came out with more albums than we realized and or paid
Hmm.
attention to.
But
She did.
but she recently had mentioned on a video I saw where she was saying that her record label, Universal,
UMG.
Yeah, UMG was not like they had took her money or something. She wasn't getting her royalties. Um, it was like some type of ongoing thing with that when she passed, um, where she was still disputing about her money for her stuff. Something was not done correctly.
I heard about that. I didn't think anything of it when I did originally hear about it, but now at her death, it made me think, hey, was Lucian holding her money? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, it really made me think that, once I seen UMG, you know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? UMG got a lot going on these days. If I
Mm-hmm.
was them, I would settle out of court with Drake. I would just stay out of the headlines. I would if I was them. But anyway, back to Angie. Like I told you, I didn't know she was 63. They say that she started her career in the early 70s with a hip hop group called Sequence. The Sequence.
I listened to one of the
I had
songs.
no idea. The late 70s, I had no idea. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always sad to hear one of our artists to leave, and when they leave too early, especially when she still was out here doing shows. I mean, still making good music. It's always sad to hear.
How do you think Angie Stone's career influenced modern music in R&B?
I mean, you said how did it influence?
How do you think her music and her career influenced modern music in the R&B genre, which seems like it's fading, but I mean it is there.
I would put her more with the neo. So I think she was definitely one of the pioneers that have opened doors for a different sound. The more of that encouraging, our people, our cultural type of music. I would put her with that. I think she played a role in on us being more positive with with our music and being more encouraging of who we are and accepting. I think she wanted that for everybody, and she let it show in her music. She definitely was about encouraging and empowering. So I think that opened doors for it, that type of music to come along.
Yeah, some of her songs was one of ones,
Hmm.
and you haven't heard a Black Brother since Black Brother.
No.
I haven't. Yeah, okay. And so I do think that she had a huge impact on R&B artists moving forward, and of course she's a legend, a super legend. And so I know whatever R&B artist out now, who's at the top of the food chain, SZA. Who
Yeah, I
else?
guess.
It's probably SZA at
Yeah.
the top of the food chain. Yeah, SZA keep her afro. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. She's so it seemed like she's been influenced by Angie Stone as well. I don't
I
know.
think Angie opened the door for a lot of people. Her music. I don't think we would have people like Jill Scott. You know what I'm saying? Type of music, Floetry. Because she was before them. And so when you have somebody who was daring to be different when R&B, with the type of music she have, you get people like Jill, and you know what I'm saying,
That
and
was a great point.
that's just me and Floyd, like, with the different sounds and the encouraging and the positive and the uplifting. Um, yeah, she definitely played a big part in our culture, and I still again love her music and the artists that we name.
Yeah, I feel like people stole her sound. I definitely feel like
Mm.
that. Yeah, I definitely feel like some of her sound got confiscated by just the genre of R&B, not a specific artist or anything like that. The most R&B artists don't do the production as well. You know what I'm saying? They go in a booth and start singing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so but like I said earlier, Angie Stone, A Legacy Lost, March 1st, 2025. Uh, Leaving Mobile on her way to Montgomery. Uh, Mercedes Benz van flips over, and a Freightliner later hit struck the
Mm.
van, which caused the tragic death.
I did want to point out that she did help shape Mary J. Blige's sound. She wrote a lot of her songs for her, first album.
Make a lot of sense.
Yeah, and she was a
For her
background.
first album?
Well, it says okay, she just wrote a lot of songs. Let me not put the first. I said wrote songs for Mary J. Blige, helping shape some of R&B's most defining moments. Stone also was a backup singer for Mary J. Blige's band. I'm just not gonna read it, but yeah,
That
she
makes
wrote,
sense.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
well, and the reason I said her first album because I remember watching a video where Angie was talking about some stuff with Bad Boy and
So I was about to bring Puff up here.
yeah,
Was you
and
talking about the
Diddy.
first album?
Yeah, well, I'm talking. Yeah, so when what was Diddy signed to before he branched off to Bad Boy? What was that? Whoever that was, that label that
He
he
was
was
with
with.
Andre Harrell.
Okay, she was too, and she said that when Mary came, they wanted her to spend time with her, and because she was kind of rough around the edges. So that's and she helped her with her career. We're in the beginning of her career, and so when I read that she wrote songs, in my mind, it had to be the beginning because we know Mary went on. You know what I'm saying? But she probably helped shape that sound that we love from Mary J. Blige.
Which is an amazing sound. You know what I'm saying? All the ladies who were in their 20s are now aunties, and they're going to the auntie show with their auntie boots on, doing the auntie dance with Mary all night. So shout out to Angie for helping shape that sound. But for me, I don't want to use the word conspiracy, okay? Because it just, for me, maybe the accident was the truck flipped and then the freight liner immediately, you see what I'm saying? But the way that it read like the truck flipped and like it was time in between.
Well,
Maybe it
and
wasn't.
it could have been time. I mean, we're talking about Montgomery, Alabama. We're from Alabama. You know how that traffic is up there, and you know how it could be. So it might have took some time for someone to get on the scene or for somebody to call. You know what I'm saying? So now they're coming, but while
But
they're
you exit
waiting,
the van though.
hold
Soon
on,
as,
she is.
no. If it were me or you, we would exit the van.
Would we?
I would.
If we're flipped
If I know
over,
I'm on the highway.
if we got
You just said we
hit,
know Alabama.
all I'm saying, if we got hit with a car, we might be still in shock. We could be injured still, before she died. You could
Trying
be
not to move
trying not
nobody.
to, yeah, not trying, or we could be flipped to where we can't get out. We got our seatbelts on, we
It's true.
stuck. It could be a lot of reasons that they did not get out because they had already been hit and flipped. You see what I'm saying? So I know even if I wasn't injured, I know I would probably still be like in a shock where I wouldn't have been thinking, I probably wouldn't have been thinking rational.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's conspiracy there or not, but
It
it
just seemed
could.
like it would be somebody's job to be a rational thinker under pressure with a superstar. Like for me, for the culture, for the black culture, she's a superstar. Would you agree?
Yeah, but if those two people in the car is injured, depending on their injuries, if
Great point.
she's injured, if we stuck, if we flipped upside down, it's kind of hard again to get out of a car. We don't know how bad it was when they first did the flipping before they got hit
Before they
and
got
she
here.
got killed.
No, okay, I'm done with the pushback. No pushback. I mean, that was a great point. I mean, it's just it didn't read right. And then we don't have a visual. We don't got video, but we do know that there's video.
Well,
It's the highway.
it could be some more to this story. It's just either way, it's still sad. It's a sad situation. But I guess if it was a conspiracy, what would be the reason? What would be the reason? Why would someone want to take Angie out? Because she might be suing for her royalties.
And that's not a good enough reason.
That's all I'm saying. I don't
That's
think so.
not a good enough reason. You can't even say, well, UMG got that'll be their second lawsuit against them. You know what I'm saying? With the Drake, along with the Drake. You know what
They
I'm
just
saying?
settled. I thought I read that they settled it.
Nah, he settled with another company, not UMG. He's still suing UMG.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. But that's all I got on there. I just wanted to touch it lightly.
Hmm.
And that's major, guys. And watch this video right here.